What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Chopper channel, coming to you with my four favorite prize picks for today. It is Tuesday, August 9th. Hit that like button, subscribe button, and notification bell as we get going here. And use promo code AWESEMO. Yes, it's right there. Still promo code AWESEMO to get $100 first match deposit bonus on your first deposit over with our friends at PrizePicks. Looking forward to this one. Lots of great plays on the board, but I kind of have two plays. I mean, we know that I correlate the home run plays all the time. I think that that's the right way to do it. I think there's a lot of really good ones on the board today. We'll get to that one second, but there are two pitcher fantasy scores that I'm interested in. And the first one is Alex Cobb. I like the over of 24.5 for his fantasy score here. And I mean, out of anybody in baseball this season, I can't think of somebody that's been as unlucky as Alex Cobb, because all of his advanced metrics, when you look at Baseball Savant, you look at Fangraphs, anywhere, look phenomenal. He has a 262 xWOBA, a 305 expected slugging. He keeps the ball on the ground under an average under a 0-degree launch angle for an average launch angle. A 305 x slugging, yeah, a 4.08 ERA looks bad, but a 2.79 expected ERA. That just tells me that he has been unlucky. And yes, is this a difficult matchup going up against this Padres revamped team that's now lost 5 straight, I believe? So almost 6 straight. I mean, regardless, it doesn't matter because I'm not worried about streaks like that. I'm just looking at this as a spot where Alex Cobb is a lot better pitcher than what Vegas is giving him credit for. He's been awesome. And there's no pitch count concerns. He's gone to 104, 90, 99 his last 3 outings. He's now gone over 6 innings pitched in 3 of his past 4. Some of those against he faced the Dodgers twice. That's a better offense than you're looking at in San Diego. Milwaukee, the Cubs aren't nobodies. I mean, this guy is putting it together. His 3-6 record is just not very indicative of how well he's pitched. Just 1.27 whip and 4.08 ERA. I do not care. All the analytics are pointing me towards Alex Cobb as an absolute buy over 24.5 fantasy score. I am floored. I have him projected over 30 fantasy points here. At Stochastic, let me look at his exact number because I'm sure it's going to be something in that ballpark. Yeah, I put together my own sheet today because I had a lot of time. Alex Cobb, 28.91 fantasy points projection over on FanDuel. That is what the scoring is here at Stochastic today. So there you go. Alex Cobb. We want to play him. Oh, my second play on the board is right next to him. It's the under on 37.5 fantasy points for Joe Musgrove. So yes, we have 2 pitchers in the same game. And I do think there's a little bit of correlation here. Like just the slightest. We're talking like 1%. It doesn't really matter. But Alex Cobb getting the win means Joe Musgrove does not get it here. And I have some concerns about Joe Musgrove right now that make me lean towards this under for him. And let me just center him because that's who we're talking about. Look at me. I'm such a professional. Oh, no, just doing screen share like a normal human being. But looking at Joe Musgrove's stats here over the last couple outings, he's lost 1.5 miles off of his fastball, 94 down to an average of 92.5 miles per hour for the average fastball. And that is problematic because he's starting to get hit up. And I'm not just talking about an afternoon game against Colorado, because again, Joe Musgrove, 3 ERA, 1.03 whip. Surface stats look great, but when you start looking into the pitch mix, you see that 1.5 miles has dropped off of the fastball. You see that Colorado just dinged him up for 6 earned runs. But that isn't the only team. He was in Colorado. That's an excuse. That's fine. You're in Coors Field. You give up 5 earned. It's whatever. But then gave up 4 to the Mets, 2 to the Twins. He's had 3 duds in his last 4. And this San Francisco team that gets back Evan Longoria, gets back Thairo Estrada, a number of these guys, I said Thairo Estrada's name like I was Dracula. I apologize to his family. But I'm looking at PrizePicks, and Joe Musgrove, the under on 37.5 is too good to be ignored with the concerns that I have. We have him projected right around 34 fantasy points at Stochastic. Again, 3.5 difference between that and the score. That's 1 strikeout and an out. That would put him over at 38. But I think there's enough concerns that I have going for him right now that I think San Francisco, if you're in sports bet, I would definitely take the San Francisco side of this one. Plus 150 you're looking at for some stuff. But we're talking PrizePicks. Alex Cobb, I like the over. And Joe Musgrove, I like the under. There you go. Those are my 2 pitchers that kind of stand out on the board for today. So there's some other props I might look at shorting for Joe Musgrove, but those are the 2 that I think just stand out above all the rest. All right, my friends, said I was giving you 4 today. We're going for that 10Xer. And we have a lot of great home run spots. You could play Aaron Judge any day ending in Y. Byron Buxton is plus 240. So, I mean, if you're going to correlate a Byron Buxton in there, I don't completely hate it. Joe Ryan gave up 10 runs to the Padres 2 starts ago. I mean, there's things you can look at, but I don't know how we overlook Coors Field. And I wish Nolan Gorman was here instead of Tyler O'Neill, but I guess I'm not going to complain. All 3 of these batters, let me just double check to make sure it's still the case. I don't want to lie to the people, but it looks like all 3 of these batters are plus 300 or better to hit a home run. Paul Goldschmidt, plus 270. Nolan Arenado, plus 270. Plus 265, excuse me, right now. And then Tyler O'Neill, plus 300. Those look pretty darn good as a trio to me. I do like the Ronald Acuña, Matt Olson, and Austin Riley. You know what? Let's backtrack, because I did want to talk about Austin Riley. He's going to be a big part of my card today. So screw it. I take that back. I do love the St. Louis one. I think that that's going to be one that I do with Goldschmidt and Arenado, and I pair it with this one. But I want to talk about Austin Riley for a second, because this is a home run guy. Let me just pull up his page. I just think that it's going really understated how well he's been against left-handed pitching, and you get Rich Hill going and starting this game out. I'm going to assume that probably 2 at-bats that you're going to get for Austin Riley going up against him with his 581 expected slugging. That's beautiful to look at. And Rich Hill's really bad, 437 expected slugging giving up. But Austin Riley on the season has unbelievable numbers against lefties. A 752 slugging, a 1.190 OPS, a 390 ISO, a 221 WRC plus. He still has a 135 WRC plus against righties. So coming out of the pen there in Boston, you get some of these righties going, such as life, but it's 80 degrees with the wind blowing across to, a little bit out to right field, just slightly away from or towards pesky pole, if you will. But I just look at this as being an Austin Riley buy-in special against any lefty from here until the end of time. And, Jackie Bradley just signed with the Blue Jays. That's random. But either way, Austin Riley was just somebody that I wanted to talk about at some point. I feel like it's just been really, really understated. And you get these new props that they're starting to add where it's RBIs for 0.5, runs 0.5. Because if you put them together, that would just be kind of next level absurd how easy it would be to get to them here. But as you're looking at anything for Austin Riley, it is absolutely incredible. I'm going to be avoiding those. I'm probably just going to go to over 1.5 total bases as the correlated play. And then, of course, we're going to power play this. But Austin Riley on the season, that's just too good of stuff to be looking at. I think Matt Olson and Ronald Acuña, pretty good home run opportunities. Checking their numbers here. Here you go. Ronald Acuña on today's slate, plus 280. And then to hit a home run. And Matt Olson's going to be a little bit worse, plus 350. So, yeah, this is really all about correlating with Austin Riley against any lefty. So, little impromptu switch out of the St. Louis one, which I had written up. It's in Coors Field. I'm probably also going to be fading it for DFS purposes. And so, hey, when I'm looking at PrizePicks, I want to play the things that I trust in the most. And Austin Riley, I trust you, young man. So those are my plays, my 4 favorite. It's kind of tied because, again, Goldschmidt and Arenado, they're kind of the same human being. And I'm going to switch these out along with these 2 quite a bit. I'll just interchange those 6. But Alex Cobb, the over of 24.5 for a fantasy score, the under of 37.5 fantasy score for Joe Musgrove, the over of 1.5 total bases for Austin Riley with the Atlanta home run prop, positive correlation, over of 0.5 for Ronald Acuña, Matt Olson, and Austin Riley. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of my picks. Of course, add some Goldschmidt and Arenado with the home run props to the board too. I think that all 6 of those plays can be correlated together. Maybe I just go 6 for 6 and brag to all the people how smart I am tomorrow. Actually, it would have to be 7 for 7 because I would need both the over on Goldschmidt and Arenado. But such is life. These are my 4 favorites. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of my plays, what plays you're looking at for today's PrizePicks board. But most importantly, take advantage of the free money PrizePicks is offering you. I know this video went a little bit longer today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it though still, as we talk through the process of putting together a beautiful PrizePicks card. Try to 10x our money. It will be lovely. Don't do the showing 20 to win 100. Do not do just the standard play. Do the power play. Anyway, I'm Eric Lindquist at Stokastic here on the Odd Shopper channel. Best of luck in the MLB streets on Tuesday.